whoop the fuck out of them.
Beat the fuck out those Patriots.
I locked Jacksonville for some weird reason. I don't know what I was thinking that day.
Yeah, when you said that, I was like, this motherfucker's smoking thick. But I didn't want to say it because I was smoking the same shit you were smoking.
That's
so,
true.
like, I was...
It was, I mean, I'm ready. Gibby, are you ready?
Let's do it.
All right, so welcome back. This is Two Guys, One Couch, and once again on Zoom, we have our boy GibTheKid, the Nino, whatever the fuck you want to call him.
Coming straight from LA.
Right now, we're trying to call him on Zoom, and here he is. Gibby, welcome back, all the way from Los Angeles.
What's goody? What's goody?
Like Luke Goody?
Like Luke Goody. Basketball season tickets sold out in 36 minutes at Illinois.
Oh, that's crazy. So the student season tickets went on sale today at 5 p.m. By 5:36, all of them were gone.
All of them, thousands.
Yeah, which is crazy. Like a lot of people, like the website was crashing. It was terrible. It was a fucking mess. Everything was just fucking.
Speaking of a mess, we were a mess last week in our predictions. That's what we call a segue in the media industry. Gibby and Marco both went 8-7 on the week, but got their lock of the week correct, with Gibby calling Tampa Bay's whomping of the Dallas Cowboys, and Marco calling the shit show that was the New England Patriots losing to the Dolphins. As Marco said, I was smoking dick, and I locked in the Jacksonville Jaguars, who of course blew it last second. Shout out Jahan Dodson, Penn State, Big 10U. That's how we fucking do it. But I went 9-6, got the lock wrong. They went 8-7, got the lock right. But either way, just like the rest of the NFL, we move on to week 2. And moving on to the West Coast, kind of West Coast, as Gibby wipes his camera off. Thursday night football.
I can smell the shirt through the screen.
Yeah, it smells like sex.
With me, it's so amazing.
What happened last week?
Yeah, that was wild. I can't wait to edit that. I can't wait. But either way, Thursday night football, we're going to start with Marco for this one.
Okay.
For some weird reason, I just chose him. We have the Los Angeles Chargers 1-0 taking on the 1-0 Kansas City Chiefs at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City.
I think that's easy, Kansas City. I think the way Kansas City came out last week, too, like, see, I didn't know how they were going to be now that Tyreek was gone.
Right.
Motherfuckers stepped up. They went hard. Every single person on the team, they went. And obviously Patrick Mahomes did his thing.
I said that Patrick Mahomes was going to come out angry, and that motherfucker threw 5 tutties, which is as angry as you can get as a quarterback.
Crazy.
This one we were actually talking about when we were playing Fortnite yesterday, and I was kind of going back and forth, but it's in Arrowhead, and to me that's the difference maker, along with Keenan Allen being out.
Yep.
I'm also rocking with Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs. Gibby, I know your answer, but would you like to tell the world?
You know the vibes, man. Chiefs Kingdom.
Okay.
Fuck LA.
Oh.
Fuck LA from the kid in LA.
From El
We
Nino
love to hear it.
in Los Angeles. I thought you were going to pick LA on some LA shit.
Nah.
Well, we go from the West Coast to the East Coast. We go from Kansas City to Baltimore, Maryland, where the Ravens play host to the Miami Dolphins. Both teams also 1-0 in the AFC. Gib?
I'll go last.
Gib will go last. Fuck it, I'll go first to prevent repetitiveness. Personally, I don't like Tua. I will say that right now, and I am in a Lamar Jackson defense mode because of my coworkers. They all call him a running back, and you know what? I'm not even the biggest Lamar guy, but he's a fucking quarterback. Call him what he is. I like Baltimore to win the division. I like Baltimore to win this week.
Make it 2 of those. Make it 2 of those because I think the Ravens are gonna fuck that shit up.
I'll go with Miami.
Wow, for real?
Not a big tour guy, but I see it. They're fire.
But like, because last week they played the Patriots. The Patriots are pretty like, basura right now.
Yeah, they are right now.
Yeah.
Hurts to
I didn't
see.
expect that though.
Yeah, they did put up a lot more points than I was expecting, especially against Bill Belichick.
Yeah, I didn't expect that game, that score, honestly.
All right, so that right there is probably one of the best games in the AFC right now. This, probably one of the worst games, despite one team being pretty surprising last week. It's the New York Jets at Cleveland Browns.
Oh, my God.
Gib, you got to start this one. Just because of how bad it is. I need to hear this.
Cleveland.
I don't even like them yet. So Deshaun. But I'll go Cleveland. Honestly.
I think I'm also gonna go with Cleveland just because I don't know. I like that backfield.
I was going to say last week, I said until Deshaun Watson gets back to Cleveland, they are one of the worst teams in the NFL. And I forgot that having a run game that's really fucking good and a defense that's really good can also win you football games. I still don't have Cleveland as one of the best teams, nor can they compete in their division. But they beat the Jets.
Yeah, and if they could keep getting away some of these like little wins until like Deshaun Watson gets back,
they can sneak in. Yeah.
Like you could Cleveland Browns could be a team.
I get that. All right, the last AFC game of the 12 o'clock window, we have the 0-0-1 Indianapolis Colts going to Jacksonville, where they haven't won since 2014. Is this the year they break the streak, Gibby?
No.
You're going Jacksonville.
No, fuck Jacksonville.
Indy?
Yeah. I'm going to Colts. Jacksonville's not good.
Yeah, I don't think they're that good. I think they have promise though. I fuck with Etienne, even though he didn't have like a great first week. I still
dropped a tutty.
Yeah,
that was heartbreaking.
You remember me and Joe?
Oh!
Me and Joe were sitting on the couch because we both have him in one of our leagues of fantasy. We saw the tutty. We both started like getting excited for it, and he dropped it. I was like, oh,
it was heartbreaking.
It was heartbreaking for real. So, Indy.
I'm going to make the mistake 2 weeks in a row. And I'm going to listen to history. Andrew Luck went in there and lost. I don't think Matt Ryan is anywhere near him. He's more of a Carson Wentz. He went in there and lost.
But they got JT.
They had JT last year, and they needed to beat Jacksonville to make the playoffs, and they still lost. And look how bad they looked against Houston in Houston last week. I'm going with the Jacksonville Jaguars, and Indianapolis Colts are going to have one of those seasons where they start off ass, but then they win their division by winning like 9 of the last 10. And that's the season I have for them, but it starts with losing in Jacksonville once again.
Okay.
So, this moves us to the NFC 12 o'clock games. First one up is the Washington Commanders and the Detroit Lions in Detroit. I still don't believe in Carson Wentz. I still don't believe in the Commanders. They had a nice win against a lowly team, but I think Detroit's better than that, and they proved it against the Lions. I'm going Detroit gets their first win of the season.
I'm going to go last. Go Gib.
I'm going to go to the Commanders.
Any insight or just you're fucking rocking with the Commanders?
Nah, I don't think Detroit. Nah, they're still not it. I don't give a fuck.
Okay.
I'm going to go with Detroit. I'm going to keep it 100.
Carson Wentz, baby, is back.
Look, I believe in their fucking coach. Dan Campbell's a beast. I love that man. That man's dope. And shit, they put up 35 against the Eagles last week. Like
they fight.
Exactly. Like I think they're gonna get their first win of the season.
I just realized I missed one of the AFC games. New England at the Pittsburgh Steelers. Once a classic game of Ben Roethlisberger versus Tom Brady. Now it's Mac Jones versus Mitch Trubisky.
I think I'm gonna go with New England. I think they're gonna have a bounce back. Last week they looked like shit. So they're definitely, pissed. Bill Belichick got to figure that shit out. And they're going to figure it out now. Motherfuckers.
Ooh, I like that. That was good. I'm going to go with Pittsburgh, though. I think... it was a good explanation, but I'm going to go with Pittsburgh.
I love New England. I hated how they looked. And Pittsburgh played a game against a very good team and made them look bad.
Man, they look terrible. That Pittsburgh defense, oh my god.
If TJ Watt was healthy, this would be a no-brainer. But I'm still, and in my heart, I'm picking New England. But for this show, I'm going to pick Pittsburgh.
Wow.
And I had to say that so that Vito doesn't go back and, screen record this and tell me that he was right being a Steelers fan over the Patriots. Vito's a Steelers fan.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So that's why in my heart, it's New England. And if it comes to Sunday and New England wins, fuck the Pick'ems, let's go. But for the Pick'ems, we're going Pittsburgh.
Okay.
Najee. NFC, once again, 12 o'clock game still. Gibby's favorite window of football, especially now that it's at 10 a.m.
Crazy.
We're going...
Wiping the crust out his eyes. Got to turn on TV.
Baker and the boys traveling to the New York football Giants. Usually, Gibby, the one psycho who picks Giants over good teams, doesn't do it last week and they beat Tennessee. I think that Carolina showed that a running game is all you really need to beat them. I think Baker needs to throw the fucking ball to DJ Moore because I have him in a fantasy league and he's the best receiver on that team. But I'm going Giants start hot and go 2-0. I like the way they look last week.
You're right. Saquon's back. He looked really good. And that was just one part of their offense going crazy, you know what I'm saying? So they figured that shit out. I think they'll win it. I got Giants.
I think it's gonna be a clean sweep. I'm going Giants too because I like their defense. I think their defense is not one of the best, but it's it helps. It's better than what the Giants have had in past years.
You know one of the captains on that New York Giants defense?
Ooh, who's one of the captains on that New York Giants defense, Gib?
Julian Love, baby.
Yes, sir.
Shout out that boy.
Yes, sir. That boy.
Putting on for the fucking Baño or whatever. What was that? Barrio.
The barrio.
Fire.
Fetch.
All right, the last 12 o'clock game. Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers travel to New Orleans to take on Jameis Winston and the New Orleans Saints in a battle of 1-0 NFC South teams.
I'll go last.
That was good. You should be an announcer.
Thank you, I should.
Get hired by Fox Sports immediately after this. You're hard. Fox Sports or ESPN?
Fox Sports, for football, because fuck Monday Night Football. Like the 12 o'clock games, to me, that's
last.
football more than Monday Night Football. But go ahead.
Yeah. Fuck, I forgot who's playing. Who's playing?
The Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the New Orleans Saints.
The Bucks. I'm going with the Bucks. I don't think I have to explain myself very much. I think Tom Brady, as long as Tom Brady's there, it's hard to bet against him.
I'm not picking an hour yet, but is it me or like Brady's gotten his ass beat by the Saints multiple times, right?
Yes.
Yes.
So Brady, the Saints are like one of the worst teams, and he hasn't beaten them since he's gotten to Tampa Bay type shit. And I think the New Orleans Saints have only gotten better than what Brady's already seen. I think Chris Godwin's being out completely is tough. And I can't believe it. I have picked against the New England Patriots, and I am now picking against Tom Brady.
Wow.
I'm going the New Orleans Saints.
Is this a new era of football? Joe is no longer picking.
It's a new era. It's the same era of Joe Longo, but it's a new era of football, and I have to stop picking certain teams just because of what they were. I got to start picking for what they are.
I like that. I like this kid, but guess what? I don't like when you're right, and I don't think you're going to be right. So I'm going to go with Brady and the Bucks.
Brady and the Bucks.
Wow.
And because I just picked up Suck Up.
Suck up.
Okay.
Suck up. Suck them.
But that's what I mean. That might be
Because
good for you because they might
remember-
kick 5 field goals but score no touchdowns type shit. And then the Saints score 3 touchdowns and win.
Hey, Taysom Hill, gadget man.
Well, Michael Thomas did look nice.
Michael
did.
Thomas looked nice. I have him in my other league, and I'm very happy about it.
We were just talking about that, actually.
I've gotten 3 trade offers for him already, so... One of them
Snap.
someone set, and I don't know if I'm taking it, but...
Ooh.
We now move on to the 3 o'clock games, and we open up with an NFC battle between the 0-1 Atlanta Falcons traveling to SoFi Stadium to take on the 0-1 Los Angeles Rams. We start with the man in Los Angeles.
Come on. LA, baby. Fuck the Falcons. Atlanta. Screw them. Who's their quarterback? Mariota?
Marcus
Yeah,
Mariota,
Marcus
who played
Mariota.
pretty good last week.
He actually had a pretty good game. He's gonna get
And
fucked up
Cordell
on that
looks
defense,
good.
though.
Cordell looks like Cordell. I don't think that guy's ever lost it.
Yeah, that boy was good. He's
but now
hungry.
I'm going LA.
Marco, you or me?
I'm going with LA.
Yeah, I was going to say I'm going with LA too. I did not like the way they looked in the season opener, but that was 1, week 1, and 2, against the Buffalo Bills, everybody.
The Buffalo Bills are scary.
Like, people who are counting out the Rams because they got whooped by the Bills, it's like, chill out.
Holy shit. Like, I was expecting that the Bills were going to be good, but they were good.
No, yeah, I don't think I'm ever going to pick against Buffalo. It's going to take a tough game for me to pick against them.
Yeah.
But we move on, and it is the surprisingly 1-0 Seattle Seahawks traveling to San Francisco to take on the surprisingly 0-1 San Francisco 49ers. In my opinion, both of those were somewhat flukes. I do think the Bears were going to beat San Fran anyways. You can call back to last week's podcast. I got it fucking right, so did Gibby. Fuck you, Marco. Fuck the Packers. Have to say that for the one time.
We'll get to that later too.
Who's 1-0?
Okay, that's cool.
I know, but either way, crazy conditions. You're muted.
You muted.
Crazy conditions in Chicago led to San Fran looking terrible, barely losing.
Look at his face when you
Seattle. I can't believe Denver kicked a 64-yard field goal with a $256 million quarterback. I think it's one of those games where San Francisco wins like 42-10. I'm not giving no respect to Seattle.
I'm going to give Seattle some of the respect. I think it's going to be
Gino had the quote of the year, though. Gino had the quote of the year.
Oh, yeah, he did. That's going to be in a future song.
Yeah, that's fine.
Future's going to include that into a lyric or a bar someday. But I'm going to go with the 49ers. I fuck with that team. I fuck with Debo. That's my guy.
DeBarius. Gibby, are you unmuted, or are you going to have to fucking write it on a piece of paper and hold it up?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Man, I was very surprised about the Seahawks, not gonna lie.
Man,
I think everybody was, but I think they're gonna get their lick back, and the 49ers are gonna win that.
Yeah. Okay. I think the 49ers are gonna come in hungry. They're playing at San Francisco, too. That helps a lot.
All right.
What time's that game at?
That's a 3 o'clock game. We're in the 3 o'clock window right now. Speaking of Russell Wilson and the Denver Broncos, they play host to Lovie Smith and the 0-1 Houston Texans. Are you guys going with a bounce-back game from Denver? Are you going with a surprising win from Lovie? Or are you going with another tie?
What if there were 2 ties to start the season?
And they were both Houston?
What if Houston just goes 0-16?
That'd be fire. I do think that's 9 or 8.5 wins. They tie every game.
Yeah? 8.5?
Yeah, it's half a win in 17 games.
Okay, yeah, you're right.
So who are you guys going with for this one?
Broncos Nation, let's ride.
Broncos Country, let's ride.
Broncos Country, fuck. I fucked that shit up.
Broncos Country,
let's ride.
Get it? Because you missed left one. I'm also going with Denver. They're just a better team, and they'll play better.
And they have a good quarterback.
We go to 2 cross-conference games. The first one is the defending AFC champions and the 5-turnover Joe Burrow traveling to Dallas to take on Cooper Rush and the Dallas Cowboys. A game that Gibby once been very excited for, he now looks at with dismay.
Ooh, I think Gibby should go first, too. Oh.
Okay, he already called last, so I'll go first. In my opinion, the fact that Cincinnati bounced back and Joe Burrow almost scored 20 fantasy points with 5 turnovers is insane. I think that Cooper Rush is not a starting quarterback in the NFL, and if he goes crazy, cool. Blast me on Twitter. I don't give a fuck. I just don't think he's going to. I'm going with the Cincinnati Bengals with ease. The Dallas Cowboys are the only team in the NFL to not have yet scored a touchdown.
I think CeeDee's going to have a good game because I think that's the only person they're going to have to rely on.
Why? What else? What else makes you think that?
Because I have him on my fantasy team. But besides that, I think Cincy's going to win. I think Cincinnati's going to win. I think it was an ugly game, but they had some good components there.
Sin City is better than Sedarius. You heard it here first. Gil, are you going with Joe? Or are you going with the Dallas Cowboys?
Are you going with your Sedarius guy? Sedarius.
See, last year definitely would pick the Dallas Cowboys. But I'm going to go with Cincy and my fantasy team because,
Jamari.
That's how I rock.
Jamar's a guy.
Okay. I don't know. I was going to say, speaking of your fantasy team. Oh, yeah. Your running back, James Conner. Well, he plays for the Arizona Cardinals. And the Arizona Cardinals are taking a short trip to Las Vegas like James Hanna does once a year. And they're playing the Las Vegas Raiders. Are you going with the Cardinals and James Conner? Or are you going with Raiders?
City's right next to me. Looking at Nah, but that's a tough one.
That's going to be a
real tough one.
I think that's probably my favorite game of the weekend.
That's a 3 o'clock game?
3 o'clock.
Stupid. That's going to be ass.
Sorry, for you it's 1 p.m.
Yeah. I think that's... Oh, shit.
It's not an easy game to pick.
Raiders.
Oof. I'm also going to go with the Raiders. I think that they played a good team. I mean, they both played two pretty good teams last week, and one of them at least made it a game, and the other one gave up like 35 points in the first half. So, especially if there's still double XP this weekend, the Raiders are just going to shit on them. But
I think Devontae's going to have another crazy game. Go Raiders.
Yeah, Raiders. So we go another clean sweep.
Wow.
That brings us to Sunday Night Football, where the 1-0 Chicago Bears travel a couple hours north to Green Bay, Lambeau Field, to take on Aaron Rodgers and the 0-1 Green Bay Packers.
I know I have a Chicago White Sox hat on, that's why I just had to turn it around. But you're playing in Lambeau.
In September.
I get it.
Nobody even drives a Lambo in Green Bay. Lame ass dudes.
This is true.
That is true. Let's go. Let's move to Lambeau. Let's go move by there and become the first people to have Lambos in Lambeau.
Lambo. Nah, there's definitely been a player that's driven a Lambo in Lambeau.
But regardless, go Pack go.
Go Pack go. Gibby.
Fluke win. Actually, Fluke win.
Oh, man. Fuck. I've seen this too many times in our lifetime where it's Sunday night and I'm watching the Bears and I'm like, let's go. And they fucked it up every time. And I think Aaron Rodgers is going to be pissed. He's going to play pissed. I think he's going to figure it out. And I think they're going to beat the Bears. But my heart, I don't give a fuck about the pick'ems if the Bears win, you know?
I was going to say the same thing. This is the third pick in the pick'ems where I am not picking how I'm going to be acting on Sunday night. I am doing this simply so that I have something to go back to in the case the Bears go up by 20 and blow it again, because that's what they do on primetime games against the Packers. 12 o'clock games against the Packers, they just get dicked.
Yeah.
Primetime games, they blow a lead. So, I'm going to go with...
Sunday Night Football, too.
Sunday Night Football. Aaron Rodgers had a dog shit week 1. He's probably going to pop up a couple perks that he buys from Chicago, drives back to Green Bay, and fucks us up. I'm gonna
the
same day. He's literally gonna buy them at like noon, get home at like whatever 4 o'clock.
Before he goes back, he's gonna take a picture by the bean.
Yeah, just so and literally he's gonna post it on like not even like a normal social media. He's gonna post on MySpace or some shit and say I still own this city, and like it's just gonna fuck with us.
Hashtag ayahuasca.
I'm gonna pick the Bears, and I want to put that on everybody to know. I'm writing Green Bay in the sheet. But I just want everybody to know, at my heart, I'm never going to say I'm picking the Packers against the Bears. So I'm picking the Bears, but it says Green Bay on the sheet.
He's picking the Packers.
I can't say that. That's not a thing. You know, if the roles were flipped, though, you'd be avoiding everything to say you're picking the Bears.
Shit, I would, but I'm still would say what I would think is right.
Yeah, I'm writing Green Bay in the sheet, and that's all you need to know. This brings us to, Gibby, I don't know if you knew this, there's 2 Monday Night Football games.
I did not know that. What happened?
Nobody knows. They just have 2 Monday Night Football games. One on ABC, one on ESPN, so maybe they're just trying to expand their viewership.
One at 6:15, one at 7:30.
The 6:15 one includes, I think, an easy matchup to pick, especially after watching them last week. The Tennessee Titans at the Buffalo Bills.
The Tennessee Titans at the Buffalo Bills? I got the Bills. Easy money.
Yeah,
Titans suck.
Easy money.
Last year, I want to make this a point because I have him on my fantasy team, and this is what we do here, talk about both football and fantasy.
Fantasy!
Last year, Derrick Henry had a shit week 1, and then week 2 at Seattle, he ran for 189 yards and 2 touchdowns. So I think that Derrick Henry is going to make it a closer game than people expect, especially because it's prime time. He's probably going to stiff arm the shit out of someone. You know how that goes. But I think that the Bills score 40 and the Titans score 28. Like, it's one of those that, like, Titans still do decent. They do better than they did last week, but they lose because they're playing Buffalo.
But I've never seen Derrick Henry get hit until last week, bro. That shit was crazy.
He got popped.
Thanks. I think I'm gonna rock with Joe. I know I said my pick, but I think he's gonna make the play. I could see that. You know, on Twitter, he's gonna go viral.
Yeah, he's gonna do something big.
And doing something.
Speaking of something big, this might be the biggest game of the weekend. In my opinion, it's harder to pick than the Arizona-Vegas game. Harder to pick than the Chargers-Chiefs game. It's Minnesota at the Philadelphia Eagles.
That's a fantastic game too. That's an amazing game. We have a good amount of good games this
Yeah, we do. I hope Chicago makes the Sunday Night Football game.
Well, you know what? I'll start it off. I'll give you guys boys a second to think. For
Okay.
me, it's easy. I'm going with Philadelphia. I think Jalen Hurts had a lot of doubters going into the season. Just wanted to see what he was going to do. He came through. Like, he showed us that he's a fucking starting quarterback in the NFL. Like,
right.
He's a guy. He's got the weapons.
A.J. Brown proved himself.
A.J. Brown is him.
Snap.
That's my guy.
Snap.
I love A.J. Brown. He's my new Julio. He's like my favorite receiver in the league.
Yeah, he's pretty dope.
Personally, I don't like how Philly's defense looked at the end against Detroit. They only won by 3, whereas Minnesota held on. I'm not going to pick Minnesota. I'm picking Philly, but I'm just worried about the pick more than I should be. I think Philly has a much better team, and I think it's 2 of the best wide receivers in the league, so that's going to be fun. I just think Philly has a better knack at making plays, and honestly, the pick more than anything is primetime Kirk Cousins. He doesn't win. So, Gib?
I want to say... I really want to say the Vikings, but I don't know if I can. I'm still thinking. You're right. Kirk Cousins sucks at fucking primetime. Terrible.
I think it's going to be a high-scoring game. I will say that. I think it's going to be, honestly, similar to what the Eagles and Lions played last week. Like, I think their defenses in primetime are just going to, like... I don't know. I think it's going to be closer than people think. Maybe honestly, I might be capping about that many points, but it's going to be closer than people think.
I don't know. Dude, this one's hard. I'm going to go with the Eagles.
Okay.
Fly, Eagles, fly.
Fly, Eagles, fly, and in a week... After week 1, I only have a one-game lead and no locks. We haven't predicted our locks yet. I want to get the against the grains out the way. Gibby went with Miami instead of Baltimore. He also went with Washington instead of Detroit. And he went with the Patriots instead of the Steelers. Marco had no against the grains this week. He's riding with someone on every game. And I went with Jacksonville over Indy and New Orleans over Tampa Bay for my 2 against the grains. Now we are going to pick our locks of the week.
I'll go first.
Go ahead.
My lock of the week is tomorrow, baby. The Chiefs are going to whoop the Chargers.
That is a very good game to lock.
That is a very good game to lock.
I like that. I'm going to put it like that.
And we're taking the spread and the over.
He's taking everything. I like that. Let me look at these. You know what I'm going to ride with? It's Gibby's. It's one of Gibby's against the grains. But I just think Detroit this year gets that early win so that they don't have to deal with the same shit they had to deal with last year. I genuinely think they're going to come out. They looked good at the end against Philly. I'm going to ride with them, and I might be 0-2 on locks of the week against Washington. That's 2 locks of the week against Washington. So
I think my lock of the week is Indy. Indy's going to beat Jacksonville.
Okay.
I think they're going to, that first game was weird. Very fucking weird. Jonathan Taylor is going to be him. And yeah.
It's crazy because none of these are locks.
Yeah. Yeah, obviously we could have went with like fucking... What even is a lock this week?
Like, that's the point.
Rams over Atlanta or like San Fran over Seattle.
I feel like Denver over Houston.
Denver over Houston. Cincy over Dallas even is pretty close to the
locks. I like that.
Yeah, no, we always try to make it fun on here. Me and Marco picked a lock of the week that goes against the grain with someone else in the league. Gibby picked a lock of the week in probably the most debated game of the weekend. We make it fun here, and as you can tell, we don't always get it right. We're actually pretty average at predicting so far, but usually when we get towards the end of the season, we're pretty high.
Yeah, we just need to see the trends going on, you know, like what teams are, how teams are performing, see what players are doing good.
Weeks like 3 to 12, we're really, really good at picking.
Because I would say, like, look, run the tape, bro. We had some good predictions last year. Like, we were above 60.
All of us were above 65% last year.
Yeah, exactly. So we were ass at fucking the spreads.
Mm-hmm.
Ass at spreads.
I feel like sometimes I was just chucking up guesses on those.
It's just tough, man. Like,
I don't like football spreads.
Yeah, it's tough to bet on. For real.
It really is, but once again, Gibby goes Miami, Washington, and Patriots with Kansas City his lock. Marco goes Indy, his lock. I go Detroit, my lock, with Jacksonville and New Orleans going against the grain. Hopefully this week it ends with me being completely right and you guys having a couple misses, but other than that, we should be good. I want to win this year. I don't like how you won last year. That makes me feel bad about myself.
You should. But then
you want it's going to be a tie.
Oh.
Well, yeah, what if we all just tie?
We're all just the same?
That'd be sick.
That would be sick. We'd all have to, like...
The against the grains would go crazy. Yeah, we'd have to do something to break it.
Like a toast.
Yeah. I think we'd have to look back at like our locks of the week.
Yeah, facts.
What if all those tie?
What if everything ties?
And then we have the tie from Houston and Indy? Because, yeah, we're currently 9-6-1, 8-7-1, 8-7-1.
That's ugly.
Those are ugly.
Already. Like, it's week 1. It's already.
Yeah. Well, honestly, I think just a lot of unpredictable shit happened week 1. Like...
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to...
But it's week 1.
Let's recap a couple crazy games from week 1. Everybody knows what happens in Rams, Buffalo.
That shit back.
Pittsburgh, Cincy. That Minka Fitzpatrick blocked PAT, is that the clutchest play of all time?
Bro, Minka Fitzpatrick is a dog. Like, that motherfucker...
That picture?
Paid.
Yeah, that picture is fire. But is that PAT block the clutchest play of all time down here? Because how often do you block a fucking PAT, and he blocked it to win on some crazy shit with no time on the clock?
Yeah.
Or to send it to overtime.
That was crazy. Nobody was expecting that, and he shot up in there, bro. Like,
yeah, he did. Literally, like, everyone was like, damn, since he just won. Like, that's how it felt.
Yeah, hell yeah. It did feel like
I wonder when he flicked them on.
Yeah, I need some context on that picture, because when you sent it today, that was the first time I seen it.
I was like, damn, that's fire.
Let's see. So, Philly gave up some at the end, but whooped Detroit. Miami whooped New England. Baltimore whooped the Jets. Crazy game, Washington, Jacksonville. I don't think Carson Wentz is back. That Carolina-Cleveland game was crazy, too. The 59-yard field goal to win it by a rookie. Indy, Houston went to a tie. The Bears and San Fran played in a fucking downpour. That slide at the end, though.
That Justin Fields fucking...
Raw.
Yeah.
That's one of the craziest best things.
Didn't even watch the 12 o'clock games. Ass.
You missed a couple good ones. New Orleans, Atlanta was a good one, too. All of the 12 o'clock games were good.
Cordero Patterson was doing his thing, man.
There wasn't a bad 12 o'clock game except Miami, New England.
Yeah.
And Philly, Detroit.
So I'm missing tomorrow's good-ass game, but I won't miss Sunday.
Okay.
Shit,
Giants, Tennessee. Did you watch the 3 o'clock games?
Huh?
You watched the 3 o'clock games? You watched the Giants beat Tennessee?
I watched, crap, what was it? What game was on the Arizona one? I was watching that on Red Zone. Well, I was watching Red Zone for like an hour.
Because I was going to say, that Giants-Tennessee ending was insane. I really didn't have the Giants having any chance. That going for 2 was smart. Green Bay, Minnesota was boring. Kansas City, Arizona was boring. Yeah, I didn't say the Minnesota today. Vegas Chargers. Was that a good game? I know it didn't end crazy, but they hardly showed it, I feel like.
I mean, it was a good game. I saw a lot of Devontae highlights. Devontae
did go crazy. Tampa Bay, Dallas, and Denver. I heard Tampa Bay, Dallas was terrible. I didn't watch it. I turned it off after
I didn't watch it either.
Yeah, super bored.
And then Denver, Seattle was crazy at the end. What do you guys think about that 64-yard field goal decision?
Dumb.
Yeah?
Dumb.
What about the timeout thing before it? Like, why did they wait so long? They wasted like 40 seconds just to call a timeout. It was weird. That's your boy.
See what Richard Sherman said?
Hackett.
I know, he's from fucking Green Bay.
What did Richard Sherman say?
You know what Richard Sherman said?
No.
He said
I saw his tweet.
That Russell Wilson... I felt like he was talking down on him, and he was just saying how Russell Wilson doesn't have that... Like, why didn't he call a timeout? You know, why didn't he, like, call a timeout and then figure out, like, what was going on? He said, and he compared him to Peyton Manning, and I was just like, what? Like, that's kind of, like, weird. Just saying that he basically doesn't have the balls to call a timeout because that's not his team. He's not a leader there.
I get you.
Which I was like, I mean, I guess, but...
It's weird to call him out like that, though.
Yeah, I need
and I was like, isn't that your quarterback, bro?
Yeah, I thought they were boys. I mean, they won a fucking Super Bowl together.
Yeah, facts. That Legion of Boom defense, one of
LOB.
my favorite.
And then he was like comparing him to Peyton Manning, but I was like, I don't know. I mean, it's his first game with the Broncos. You know, he can't. I don't know.
All right, Gibbs. So, do you want to stick around for our pop culture segment, or are you heading off?
What are y'all talking about?
Shit.
Basically, like getting caught lacking, the whole PNB situation.
Ooh.
Cause like you know how like that shit became a big thing now. They were just saying like. But like posting your location, like posting where you're at, and obviously
yeah.
we're not like famously like influential people, like fucking PNB Rock, obviously, like has millions of. Not yet. We're not there yet. But like, his fucking, his girl posted their location, and then people pulled up and got him. Like they just.
I'm down to talk.
Slide.
All right, bet.
So, what are your thoughts on all that happened? Because shit, my boy was just there eating his Roscoe's chicken.
Roscoe's, cuz you were just there not too long ago either.
Yeah.
And
I don't know. I just feel like this. I don't know. You think she set her up? Set him up?
I don't think he set him up. She set him up. I don't know. I don't know, right? But I like to think she didn't. I think that she was just mindlessly like, oh, Roscoe's chicken, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And then they pulled up.
Yeah, no, I don't think she's. I don't know. I'm like in the between that, but I think he's all. I'm not gonna say it's his fault, obviously, because it's whatever. But like that wasn't not the safest part to go to. Even the game, the rapper, the game. He's rapped about being at Roscoe's and tucking in your chain and stuff. He rapped about it. He had a lyric, and this was crazy to see that shit happen because. But I think I guess he got caught acting like, how do you say this? Like, I don't know. You're famous, bro. You can't be going out like that. I feel like, especially out here.
Right. Yeah, I was gonna say when I first heard what had happened, my initial reaction, which some people on the internet, this needs to be your first reaction before you get into this type of debate, is like, damn, shorty can't even go out to eat chicken without getting popped. Like that shit shouldn't be happening. But at the end of the day, it is. It's the world we fucking live in. So for the sake of argument, I obviously take the who do you for the sake of argument, let's pose this question. Whose fault was it more? Was it his for popping out, chains out, bad part of town, no security? Or was it hers for dropping the low?
I don't like to blame.
No. Just for the sake of debating between, because neither both of those are. You put both of those together nowadays. That's a recipe to get, drilled.
Yeah.
That's what happens.
I don't think she did it on purpose. How about that one?
Okay.
Yeah,
neither do
I. Like I said, I feel like she was just mindlessly, just trying to share her food.
Right. And in my opinion, it's crazy you have to think about that because, I go to a restaurant, first thing I'm doing is posting it, and that's it. I'm posting, a picture of it or, the little Snapchat filter that says, the location. I don't even think twice about it. So, first off, that's crazy, but no, I don't think she did it. But I'm saying, going out, you're famous, which one is... I guess you have to avoid both, but
Well, let me say this too. Because how long was his girl and PNB Rock together? Were they together for a minute?
I don't follow people enough to know that.
I don't know either.
Yeah, I think for a minute because there's old videos.
Well then, if they've been together for a minute, she knows this shit.
Okay.
She knows that if they've been together for a while and this hasn't been an issue, then all of a sudden this is something I just thought about right now, and then all of a sudden she did this. Which I still think it could have been mindlessly. I still think it's just I was trying to show off my food. But, it also is a part of it I could see why some people think there's some ulterior motive there.
Right.
You feel me? Because shit, if she's been dating him for a minute, she knows how this shit works, and she still did it, and she must have just caught herself slipping, she just tweaked, or...
Yeah, I think... like I said, I don't think she did it on purpose, but that's something you should know. You're famous. You got pretty much a bunch of followers because of the person you're always with, and people know you're always together. So it's I don't know. Personally, I don't even I'm not fucking famous or anything, but I don't what do you say? I seen that.
We can put Gibby's face over it.
I'm down, so I should put it right there?
Yeah,
okay, cool.
Yeah.
Because literally, bro, you were talking, and I went to sit back. I went like this, and I looked at it, and I was like, damn, I want it. And then I was like, wait, why the fuck is it there?
Wow. Gibby, continue what you were saying. I'm sorry, that distracted me.
No. Yeah, I saw exactly.
Fuck.
But I just think I obviously I'm not famous or anything or nothing at all like that, but I don't even like putting where I'm at specifically. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll show the place, but I won't show like the exact name, and just because I don't know, just because.
That's true. Then again, when I talk about places, it's usually like I had grabbed it and then came back to the spot already. So yeah, I feel that actually.
Yeah. But I'm not gatekeeping. I'm just saying in general.
You be gatekeeping though. You be gatekeeping though.
Ooh, you be gatekeeping like that?
Sometimes you be posting your shit saying like, "Don't ask me where it's from," neither.
You did say that. You did say that one.
Spots. It's the breakfast spots though.
Ooh, but what's wrong? Everybody loves breakfast. Breakfast is the best food. Period.
I only gatekeep them from girls so they don't take another dude.
I get you. Okay. So I swipe up saying, "No, tell me." You tell me.
The homies, yeah, homies know.
Okay, bet.
Ooh, got some love for the homies. Throw it back for the homies.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
What?
Wait, what? What does that mean?
I don't know.
How did we go from that to this?
What you mean?
Nothing.
Well, anyway, breakfast food is the best type of food in my opinion. Like that shit. My girl gets mad at me sometimes, or she'll just talk to me because like it'll be like 8 p.m. and I'm like, you know what? I'm making waffles.
All right, real talk. What's your like? I don't. You don't gotta give me no place or no exact shit, but like, what's your like when you think of a breakfast? Like, oh, I want to go get some good breakfast. What are you getting?
It's tough for me because of one thing only. Because I'm also like because I'm Mexican.
Oh, okay.
So like
it's a race thing.
There's
you have to bring race into this, Marco.
A little bit, because sometimes I'll be craving like chilaquiles and eggs and some frijoles, like some chilaquiles, huevos and frijoles with a little with some like tortillas on the side I can eat that shit with. And then I'll have moods where I just want some fucking like pancakes, bacon, like ham, egg, like
eggs, bacon, grits,
sauce. Anyways, you feel me? So like there's those two moods.
Okay.
So that's all I gotta say.
No, that's fair. Because I was gonna say like for me personally, like if I'm going to a restaurant or some shit, I'm a skillet guy.
Ooh, skillets are good.
Like for me, like I'm looking for skillets. I'm looking for some shit where
what type of skillet though?
I need some sort of potato.
Yup.
I need some sort of egg. If the skillet ain't got no egg, it ain't right. And I need some spicy. I always look for the spicy skillet because it's usually got some like peppers, some good ass sauce, some chorizo or like whatever.
Yeah.
So for me, like my thing is like I like my breakfast food, and that's not really like this for other things, like mashed together, like all that shit at once. Yeah. I don't like everything separate. Like when you get that plate and it's like, here's your 3 strips of bacon and your 2 eggs and your 2 pieces of toast and your little bit of fucking hash browns. I hate that.
Oh, can you bring me a napkin too?
Yeah,
please?
can you give me some of that chololo? Like no, like for me, I like that shit all mashed together. You come out sizzling and shit. I love that. I'm also a big breakfast burger guy, but that's fallen off a little bit. Because honestly, Denny's is gas. The slam burger, insane. So getting it from another restaurant, it don't really hit the same.
Yeah, but you know what we've noticed too? The Denny's, like, compared to where we're back home to the Denny's here aren't the same.
Not the same.
Not the same at all, bro. Like, it's the one back home hits. Like, I told my girl this too, stories about, like, back, especially, like, in high school.
That Manheim one, right? That crackhead one.
Yup. You fucking, you pull up at, like, 2 a.m.
Yeah, it's got to be crazy time.
2 a.m., 2, 3 a.m., but you just get some breakfast. Oh, my God.
Look at this.
Delicioso.
But I will admit, though, I am a huge fan of, like you said, Mexican breakfast. Like yesterday for lunch, I had huevos con chorizo from El Toro. El Toro's not even that crazy, but like just that was like, like it felt good.
Yeah, I feel you. Ooh, let me ask you this though: Cholula or Tabasco?
For Cholula, especially for breakfast, but Cholula. Cool. There's only one food that Tabasco's better than Cholula, and that's in my ramen. I like the punchiness of Tabasco in my ramen.
I like Tapatio.
I love Tapatio.
Tapatio is elite. The Tapatio Doritos. Yeah, I think it's elite.
Yeah, the Tapatio Doritos though. To your point,
Tapatio Doritos.
Fire.
You put. How about this? I want to know y'all opinion because like it's this is a big question. Tapatio, Valentina.
It's easy for me to be honest. Like.
Valentina's it?
The Tapatio's OG for me though. Like that's
what I was gonna say. I had more Tapatio growing up.
I had more Valentina growing up, to be honest. Like it's just for me, it goes on everything.
When we had that Valentina
the jug,
that was fire.
Yeah, I used most of it. I ain't gonna cap.
Yeah,
that was a fat ass jug. Fat ass fucking.
It took me like fucking 3 years to use it.
You know how many times I over poured?
Yeah, because you're pouring out of a fucking those water things. Those bitches. That's how big that shit was. That was a gallon.
That shit was a gallon.
So is that your number one hot sauce then? Like obviously there's like there's this special one that I get from this restaurant or I know like bottled hot sauce. I'm going to the store to buy right now. What's your number one?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I'm going Tapatio.
I'm going Valentina.
That's your goat.
Yeah, like let's say
mine's the illest hot sauce.
Cholula, and then Valentina.
Those are the three. Yeah, those are the three necessities.
Yeah, you need those three.
But
sure.
Because the breakfast one is Cholula.
Yeah, hell yeah. Well, but that's why, like, first, like, let's say I just came back from home, moved back into college, and we're at the grocery store. The first hot sauce I need to get, Valentina.
You know which one I like? You know which one I like? I have no clue what it's called. It's got like a blue and yellow label and the pepper on that bitch.
Oh, I know which one you're talking about.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, I don't remember what it's called.
They got like the green one, the super spicy one, and then
the green was fire.
Yeah,
the green was fire.
Green was fire. Yeah. I don't know what that shit is, but that shit's gas. But yeah, I think that's my top 3 too. I'm very much when it comes to hot sauces and beer, Mexicans make the best. Because like when I'm even in my head, I'm thinking, I'm like, damn, how high do I have like Frank's or like Louisiana? And honestly, I have those 3 over all of them too.
Yeah.
Because I don't know, there's like a richness to like Cholula, Tapatio, Valentina, and like Frank's on it. It's like liquidy. That other one, like just.
I love the versatility of Valentina. To be honest, like I put that shit on my popcorn. I put that shit on my pizza. I put that shit on my breakfast. I put that shit on my hash browns.
I put that shit on everything.
I put that shit
we
on
just got
everything.
trademarked, right? Someone's gonna fucking cease and desist order us.
Ooh, you know what though? You know what's something I'm gonna start doing? All right, so my Theo, every time we're at like a family function or a party or something, that motherfucker's a pimp. He has his beer, always has a Modelo in his hand. It's always Modelo too, for the most part. It's a Modelo in his hand, cracks that bitch open, reaches into his little pocket right here in his shirt. Fucking tajin.
Okay.
He always carries a thing of little tajin. Little bottle of tajin, and he always like, mijo. Like,
yeah. That shit sounds good.
But I'm gonna start doing that. I'm gonna be that uncle too that just
carry your tajin on you.
Yeah.
But that's what I was saying. Is Mexican beer your number one too?
Yeah, probably.
Modelo, fucking.
I mean, I've also
Corona.
That
Latte.
is all I really
Pacifico.
drank for the most part. Pacifico is.
I've never had Pacifico.
It's fine.
Yeah, same. I never had that.
That's
Dos Equis?
Dos Equis is good.
I've never had that one. I've had Corona and Modelo mainly.
I love Pacifico. Pacifico is probably.
You know what I had for the first time the Michelada.
Is that shit good?
Yeah.
That's the shit that's got like tahini and all that in it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was your first time trying to michelada?
Yeah.
Can one or like they made that shit for you?
They made that shit.
So it was gas.
Cause wait till go to Mexico and get one too over there. Fire. Actually, they make fire micheladas over here too. Like micheladas over here go crazy.
Mango nadas go crazy.
Mangoñada. Oof. I haven't had one in a minute.
I know I need one.
Yeah, I just had fresas con crema today, actually.
You get one of those every day still?
Nah, I just had it for the first time since I was back at the crib.
That's funny as hell. Y'all know why I'm here?
Y'all know why I'm here?
Yeah.
Ooh. Can we do something real quick?
What?
Obviously we all play fantasy football. We know how to draft. Why don't we have a draft right now at this moment? A cereal draft.
A cereal draft.
I'm down.
How many rounds?
We all get. Ooh. 4 rounds. 4 rounds.
Okay, we're gonna randomize the order too.
Yes. All 4. We have 4 rounds. You pick. Number 1. I was gonna say 5, but I didn't know if 5 was too many. Because I was trying to think right now. I was like, do I know? Like off the top of my head, do I know like at least 15?
That's why I'm looking up pictures right now.
So I say 4.
Give you down for 4?
Cool. Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to randomize it 4 times. The 4th one, that's the order. 1.
Yep.
2.
Yep.
3.
Yep.
And the official draft order is first, Gib. Second, Marco. And at the turn, Joe.
Woo!
First.
Ooh, hold on. Give us a second. Let Joe set this thing up. Let him do his thing real quick.
Watch this. You want to know something crazy? If you do CTRL-D, it copies what's above it.
I don't know that.
I learned that the other day. I'm going to make this look fancy now, but it'll be good at any moment.
Everybody dance. Any plans?
I already got my pick.
You already got your pick? You got the number 1 pick? The pick is in!
With the first overall pick in the cereal draft, Gilbert El Nino Hernandez selects
Captain Crunch.
Wow. Captain
Crunch.
All right, I'm going to make this rule right now. If you pick a major brand of cereal like Captain Crunch, you get all of the varieties that come with it. Yeah. So you don't have to pick Captain Crunch and Berries, Frosted Flakes, Chocolate Frosted Flakes. You just get all of them that is that brand.
Okay.
So Marco, with the second overall pick in the cereal draft, Marco Guzman selects
Frosted Flakes.
Frosted Flakes, diverse.
That's right now. When you said it right now too, I was like, that's ironic because Frosted Flakes, OG goes hard.
Okay. So naturally, I have to select a chocolate-based cereal, and I go Pebbles over Cocoa Puffs. So I'm going with Cocoa Pebbles.
Okay.
You like that? And right now, I want to look at some other ones first before picking, because I have two in my head, but I'm going to be smart here, and I think one's going to fall to me. So once again, I have to go fruity, and once again, the best type of fruity cereal is Pebbles shaped. So I'm going Fruity Pebbles.
Wow, he's got all the Pebbles. All the Pebbles.
To me, that's premier cereal right there. That's prime cereal real estate. But Marco, you are now back on the clock for your second pick.
Damn. Honestly, I think I got it already. It just brings me back memories.
Okay.
From my childhood. I remember eating this shit all the fucking time. For me, hands down, no-brainers, gotta be Fruit Loops.
That was gonna be my choice if it wasn't Fruity Pebbles.
Gotta be Fruit Loops. Fruit Loops is goated.
Wow.
I love Fruit Loops.
Me too. Fruit Loops is up there for me too. Gilbert with the sixth overall pick.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch, easy.
Okay.
Ooh. I like that. The cinnamon goes hard.
Now you're on the turn, so you also get to start off round 3 here. As of right now, it's working out for everybody. But go ahead.
Reese's Puffs.
Reese's Puffs. Peanut butter chocolate flavor.
Hey, those little rap commercials would go hard.
They do.
They did go hard. Oh, fuck. I want a Reese's Puffs. I have a box of Reese's Puffs at home, actually, right now. I'm going to eat some when I get home. I'm going to send y'all a video, too.
I made a rough decision, boys. I'll explain it on my turn, but go ahead.
Well,
I made a tough decision.
This one was going to fall.
Oh, my God. Hold up. I have to think. Because I'm trying to think if something will fall to me in the next round.
I'm going to keep it real with you right now. I don't think my next 2 picks are going to be on your guys' lists.
At all?
I really don't think so.
Well, I think my next pick was going to be Reese's Puffs. Fucking hoe. So I'm picking Cocoa Puffs. I'm picking the other type of puff.
Ah.
All right, so here's where I made my mistake. Is I took Cocoa Pebbles and Fruity Pebbles separately, right?
Uh-huh.
We made the rule at the start where if you draft like one type of cereal, you get the whole brand. I could have went with Rice Krispies and gotten Cocoa Krispies with it too.
Uh-huh.
But either way, I would have needed drafted Fruity Pebbles because Fruity Pebbles is unique. So, my next 2, and this is people are going to be on the internet like, no way, he actually likes these. And this is probably going on the talk, so you're probably watching this on TikTok right now. You can fucking scroll right here. I really don't care. Growing up, my biggest cereals were Frosted Flakes, the Pebbles, and I was big on Life cereal, both the regular and the cinnamon one.
Okay.
Very fire.
So exactly not what I was expecting.
This is what I mean where my next 2 picks are not going to be on your guys' list, because then my other one, and I consider it, and I knew this is the one that I said I knew it's going to drop. It's the most underrated cereal of all time. And it's not bad for you. It's Raisin Bran.
Raisin Bran.
Raisin Bran to me is elite.
I've had moments where I've gone...
I was going to say, I was never too big on like super sugary cereals. So like Lucky Charms, once I turned like 6, I wasn't really a fan of them. Fruit Loops, I always preferred Fruity Pebbles, so I was okay with losing Fruit Loops. But like, it was Fruit Loops, Pebbles, and Frosted Flakes in Life in my house. Uh-huh. And then my parents always had like Raisin Bran, but that's like what we had. Like that was rotation.
Okay.
So to me, I got my entire childhood except for Frosted Flakes.
Nice. Well, shit, you made out of one of those teams. You were right there while you were going off in your speech. Well spoken speech.
Thank you.
You mentioned the next pick of the draft. Because unlike you, I had a very sweet tooth. I still have a sweet tooth to this day. Like, and if I see this, sometimes I do get tempted to buy it because it just brings me back childhood eating the fucking marshmallows. Lucky Charms, man.
Lucky Charms.
And then when you have like the fucking like the St. Patrick's Day edition and you have the green shit, like that's just fire.
Okay.
Am I the final one or not?
You are the final pick. You're the first and the final pick.
And then we'll toss out some honorable mentions.
These are one of my favorites as a child. Underrated, I think. Not a lot of people like them, or I don't hear a bunch of hype about them. But I'm gonna go Cookie Crisps.
Cookie Crisps.
I was gonna make that my honorable mention, to be honest. But you know why? Because you remember how those at one point, like on the back of the boxes, had like you could build like planes and shit, or you could build like little stuff out of them.
Yeah, I was talking about.
Like you could turn the box into something and build something with it. So I thought that was dope.
The honorable mention I was gonna go with, and it's only because it was one of the only other cereals my family would really get, were those limited edition Halloween ones. The Frankenberry, the Count Chocula, all those, or the Boo Berry, whatever they were. Those like weren't really that good, but like when I got them, I was like, "Oh shit, Count Chocula time!" You know what I'm saying?
Count Chocula, yeah. Those are sleepers. Those
I would never draft them.
My honorable mention, I snoozed on this, but they're fire. Light and put me on though. The Crave.
Crave were decent. Okay. I like Crave low key without the milk too.
Low key, like that's what I'm saying. With Lighten, like I would just munch on them and drink some milk.
All right,
facts.
I'm looking at some things here.
Well, I think Cheerios are a good one to eat without milk. Like just the
Cheerios, I would say are one of our biggest left off the list, especially with you get the honey nut variety if you draft Cheerios.
Not Cheerios.
Apple Jacks. Honey Bunches of Oats. Low key, I probably should have taken that over Raisin Bran. I don't know. I like Raisin Bran.
Mini Wheats.
Mini Wheats, Frosted Mini Wheats go hard, but I think like they're either too much to chew on or they're too soggy. There was never like a perfect. You'd only get like 3 of them, and you'd only be able to scoop like 1 or 2 at a time. Let's see. Kicks. Did you guys fuck with Kicks? Like little corn balls covered in sugar?
Never really had those.
Nah.
Honeycombs or Honey Smacks. Those were overrated in my opinion.
Never had those either.
Yeah, I would say our biggest were Honey Bunches of Oats just because of the variety, and Honey Nut Cheerios. Or just Cheerios in general.
Honey Nut Cheerios are fire. I remember eating those actually just straight out of the fucking like sandwich bag.
Fire, hey. Yeah. So Frosted, okay, let's go back over the list. Ready? So Gibby goes home with Captain Crunch, Cinnamon Toast Crunch, Reese's Puffs, and Cookie Crisps. He probably has the highest sugar count of the 4. I'm not sure. It's definitely you and Marco's. I went a weird route. Marco went Frosted Flakes, Fruit Loops, Cocoa Puffs, and Lucky Charms. I think internet-wise, consensus-wise, Marco had the best draft.
That shit's good, bro.
I think he went with like the fan favorites. He went with like what's always at no matter what grocery store you're going to, those 4 cereals are there.
And they're just that's what I ate growing up. Like they're fucking good. For sure. Like, they're fucking good.
And then I was the weird route at the 3 slot. I took Cocoa and Fruity Pebbles, Life, and Raisin Bran. Which, you know what? I'm probably going to get hated on. It is what it is. That's what I ate. So, y'all can ligma. But that was the first ever food draft from 2 guys, 1 couch, and a guy in LA. That was a good one. We should definitely do one of these food drafts each week. I think that should be a new thing. That's a new staple. But yeah, we've been going for about an hour, so does anybody have anything to add, or are we good on this podcast episode?
Gibby, what do you think, baby?
Just gotta say, I'm that guy.
Ooh.
Okay. Talk your shit.
That's it. Simple.
Marco?
That's it for me. Just keep it breezy, keep it smooth, keep it cooking, keep it moving.
I like that. As Gibby said, he's that guy. Me and Marco, we're 2 guys, and we're sitting on 1 couch. And that is episode 2.
See ya. Wouldn't wanna be ya.
Fuck yeah, guys.